In this video, I will cover the slider, adding and removing images from the slider, and adding and removing events from the calendar. So to add or remove, let's go with remove first for the slider. Go up here to the left corner here and go to the Find Content button. All right, so the Find Content button shows you all of the pieces of content on your site. Those include basic pages, so all of the just sort of ordinary pages on the site. They include calendar events, and they include slider images. So those are the three basic ones that we're using on this site. You can filter them at the top. Like right now you only have 20 or so pieces of content, but as you add to the site and add pages, this page can get really long. And if you can't find something, you can go up here to the very top and do show only items where, and then you can change type to slider image or to calendar event, and then hit filter, and it will only show you that type of event. So it makes it easy to find things. And then if you want to remove something, which is, let's say you want to remove a calendar event, we just find the calendar event you want to remove, and then come over to the side here and hit delete. Same thing for slider images. Just find the one you want to remove, hit delete, or you can click on it to edit it, and then scroll down. So here's the image, what it looks like. If you want to make sure that you're on the right image, and then hit edit there. There's your little thumbnail of the edit. So you can make sure that you're getting the right image, and then you can hit delete to here. Or if it's not one you want to delete, you can just close this page. That's really all there is to removing images. It's pretty easy. Just you want to be kind of careful on this big page here, because if you delete like a basic page, like one of these pages that has a bunch of content on it, if you accidentally hit delete on that page, it will be gone, and again, there's no way to get those things back. So it will, if you try to delete something though, it will prompt you. So just make sure that you're deleting the right thing. Are you sure you want to delete? So if it says, are you sure you want to delete the public page? Just just be careful on that page. Oops, that's weird. All right, to add an image, you can have as many images as you want in this slider. I recommend keeping it 5, 6 at the most, just because more than that people won't see them. But to add one, just go to Add Content, and then go to Slider Image. And the title doesn't show up, but it's good to give it a title so you can find it easier later. And then you have the slider image, just hit choose, and then pick the file you want. I'm not going to upload one just because I just have to do it later, but all you got to do is pick the image you want from your computer. This is from your computer. Okay, so, and then hit upload, and then save. And that's it. You don't have to do anything with this body section for the slider image. All you have to do is add an image here, and that's it. And you don't even have to worry about it being the right size. It will resize it to fit automatically. But keep in mind what it does is it takes the middle section of the image, so it'll crop off the top and bottom if it's a really tall image. So if you have like really tall or vertical format images, you have to have the subject of the image right in the middle, otherwise it'll crop it off. And it can be a little tricky to get that just right. Horizontal images, they should work pretty well. We'll just take a little bit of extra off the top and bottom to make it fit the space that's available. So again, if you want the most control, you want to be able to edit those photos in an outside program like Photoshop and just crop them to the right proportions, and then you can upload them and they'll fit in the window nicely. So the last thing is events. So when you go to the events page, On the events page, you have this calendar here, and right now we've got just one testing event in here. To add events to this page, you just go to Add Content again, and you go to Calendar Event. Now in here, the title is what shows up as the title on the page. The body is what shows up when you click on that title. So if you have like an event, like the Fog Fest, you could do the Summit Fog Fest as the title, and then the body could just be a short description about what that is. And then if you scroll down here, you have an event date. This has a little pop-up calendar, so you can pick the day you want it to show up and the time. You can if you click the show end date, that'll allow you to give like a start and end if it's something that goes over multiple days. So we'll do like do that. So it starts on the 24th and ends on the 28th. The repeat button is for recurring events. So like if you have monthly meetings or something like that, you can put the date of the first event in and then the repeat, and then it'll ask you, do you want it to repeat every Monday or something like that? And you can pick how often it repeats. It just can save a lot of time in adding events. So once you get that stuff all set, go ahead and hit save there. Oops, I gotta give it I'm gonna make something up for this. I'll delete these testing events out too, so that you don't have them cluttering up the site. So then once you've saved it, if you go to the events page, this is one of the issues that we were having a little bit with this site. Sometimes it does not load the page correctly. I think it is a issue with the database. But sometimes it just, you have to hit refresh a couple times before it loads the page. I'm not 100% sure why it does that. I think it is an issue with how often the database is being used. I think other websites are using the same database, and that's the issue, but not 100% sure on that. So now you see the FogFest pops up here, and it has a long bar there. It goes all the way through to there. So that shows you how it starts on the 24th and runs through to the 28th. So that's the basics for adding and removing events and adding and removing slider images. As long as you're careful about what you add and delete, you can, it's a pretty robust site. So you can pretty much just go in there, add some things, delete them, test out what you can do and what you can't do. Just kind of play with it a little bit, get a feel for how things work. And then if you've used it a little bit and you've got some questions on specific things that I didn't cover, just shoot us an email, and I'll be glad to just either answer them in an email or make another video, depending on what's easier. So that's it.